It's going to change. See, yeah, it's halfway.
Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4.
Oh, oh, right. 1 2 1 2.
Good afternoon. Microphone, 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 microphone.
1 2 1 2.
One, two, 1 2 1 2 3 4.
Yeah, probably better off like that. Oh,
Yeah.
it is still quite. Sorry.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Grant Store Victory Park Stadium for this evening's game between Chorley and Man City 11. Pete Tscherewik joined alongside for the first time. Ewan Murray. Ewan, it's a big
Delighted to
game
be
in
here.
prospect, the final game of pre-season for Chorley. What do you think we can expect from this Mandy Priest's side?
Well, we know that City are obviously going to be a very strong team. Obviously used to playing their under-21 sides against league team across the usual season. Should be an interesting encounter.
Yeah, absolutely. Worth mentioning there, a really well observed minute silence for Brendan Robinson. Recently passed away, the wife of Terry Robinson, our chief executive. Game has just kicked off, and the City, as you probably would expect, you in the Pep Guardiola style, trying to play it out from the back nice and slowly, not taking any risks, being patient as one of the sons of Emil Heskey on the ball there, the captain on the night, Jaden Heskey. Down to the right-hand side, the number 7, Ashton Neuer, and behind for an early corner for City.
Early pressure here from City, as you probably would expect.
Corner taken short, crossed in towards the front post, headed away by Jack Moore, and it'll be another corner. And another one taken short, cleaned by the number 6, plays it in towards the edge of the box, the number 10, Divine MacArthur. Wants to get a touch on it, but can't really do much with that. And then free kick being played.
Good chance here for Charlie to get some players forwards early on.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Again, the age is certainly on Chorley's side. A few first teamers involved from the start tonight, but another one of those who's involved tonight. Noel Brindle, 18 years of age. He's had a really good pre-season so far, and in terms of stature, certainly on the same sort of wavelength as City. As Jack Moore put under a bit of pressure here by the number 9. The ball's nipped in. Irwin puts a foot in, and very nearly Matty Warhurst.
Irwin's done very well there to recover.
Matt Irwin not best pleased with that. City, as we'd expect, looking to dominate that possession, but looking to make a mark on the game early, and surely maybe a touch fortunate not to be behind.
Yeah, of course. I mean, City are always going to have, that's their DNA now. Try and press teams forwards to keep the ball as much as possible. Saying that, we have just won it back in the field.
The 1-1 ball in midfield there from Noel Brindley, just mops it up and wins his side a free kick. Well, Craig Hewitt, who incidentally made his debut for Chorley a year ago against the same club and scored. So Craig, after so long on the sidelines, he'll be looking to replicate that once again, and it's not been easy for Craig on his road to recovery, and then obviously coming back into the pre-season once more.
Always good to get those minutes under the belt.
Yeah, absolutely, and you'd expect Craig will play a key cog, if you like, in Andy Priest's team on Saturday at Darlington. Whether he plays again, you look at the team tonight, there are quite a few players who are absent. The notable first team was the likes of Mark Ellis, the likes of Mike Calverley. But they have trained tonight. Incidentally, they have trained at Victory Park, so they haven't necessarily had the night off. A lot of running, a lot of work in the legs, so they will be fit and ready for Saturday. No injury concerns on that front, and definitely with a view to Saturday in mind.
That's what it's all about. Just get prepared for the long season ahead.
City again, you just see you in it. Absolutely no hurry whatsoever. They're just happy to keep the ball, retain possession, and take it nice and slow. And then all of a sudden they just kick into another gear. And you just have to think how many of these players we may see in and around the first team in the near future. You think about in years previous, we've had the likes of Nico O'Reilly played here last year. You know, you heard about Cavan Sullivan playing against Buxton. From what we've been told, he's gone back to the States. Since Dade Maskell, who was another one who's played every year for City. Ball played in short towards the edge of the box. Just can't get his feet together. Divine MacArthur. Onto his left foot. Just trying to take it over City. Keep the ball, retain it nicely. Good bit of skillful play there from the three. Stephen Mafuni. Out to the left-hand side. Room to come inside. Plays it nice. Into the number 10 again. Across the box. Playing by Ewan.
So it's what City are
Would
all
certainly
about,
say though,
really. Just
Ewan,
trying to suck
it's
the
one that
life out of Chorley.
it's good on the eye, isn't it? But you have to just wonder if you've got to make the chances count already inside the first 6 minutes. They really are knocking on the door. Jaden Heskey on the ball here for City. And again, Matty Henderson Hall for the Citizens. He just gets the ball and he's right. And if it's not on, he'll go back and he'll start again. It's inside. Great play outside. And Tom Walker trying to defend it. Comes out again. City continuing to press on Chorley here. Ball digs it out towards the left-hand side, but Jack Moore's there to head clear. It's away to the trialist now, who's fouled in the eyes of referee Matthew McQuillan.
I think for Chorley today, it's just about maintaining that shape across the midfield and under the back line, and maybe hopefully hit City on the counter attack a few times when possible.
Yeah, I think that's what they'd probably be looking at in terms of you've got Blakeman with his delivery, you've got the likes of Jack Moore, who are footballers, if you like. Craig Hewitt will be there on the counter looking to try and build on it. We don't know too much about the number 10 who we've never seen before. What we can say though is the trialist wearing the number 4 shirt. We have seen him play before and quite adept on the ball in terms of possession and keeping the ball quietly. But against Andy Priest, you can just hear him below us screaming for the press. His two trialists up front are leading that press, but City have beaten the press and now come inside. The ball played out to the left, ball's into the box, and some of the screams behind are saying keep it in, and it's actually gone out for a throw. So no respite, although Blakeman will have the throw on the left-hand side to try and dig something out of it. Again, City happy just to keep the ball. Although saying that, that's the first time in the opening 9 minutes where they've actually had the ball
Instantly,
under
they have a
no real
relentless
pressure.
press.
They've given it away. But you're right, though, Ewan, you're saying about the counter. It's like they're trying to kind of play that ball, but maybe played it a bit too soon there. And City again will just regain possession and look to dictate all the way through.
Yeah, you can tell the quality on show here from the City side.
You can see they've got a game plan. You can see quite a lot of hand signals going around rather than hearing them, but they all seem to be on a pretty similar wavelength, that's for sure. Though the ball nearly out of play there, kept in just about, and back to the centre half in Stephen Mafuni.
They're all very comfortable on the ball. They're all happy to receive it on the outside. All happy to dart at a Chorley player if they need to.
You can see Chorley just trying to keep the shape, trying to keep some discipline in there, but it's almost a case of how long can you withstand this pressure for? You can see there again the trialist up front, he's just trying to go in with the press. With Craig Hewitt then beaten to it, then the number 10, Divine MacArthur. Matty Warhurst is down inside, just on the edge of the box, sorry. And then again, the City try and play that killer ball. It's Stade Maskell again, who's looking to dictate in midfield and it's eventually behind for Matty Irwin.
I would say the Chorley shape so far has done really well.
Yeah, and I think it's something that Andy Priest is almost prided his squad on in being able to keep that shape together, to try and be disciplined and to try and work it. And then in instances like this where they are looking to fight and battle against the press, they could just soak it up. And if City, again, if they have the chances, Andy Priest won't mind one bit if they don't convert the chances, that's for sure. Henderson Hall has the ball into Mafuni. Jaden Heskey just out on this right-hand side.
There's a lot of space here, Jaden Heskey, if they can find him.
Yeah, you're right, but you can see that there's lots of space open up, lots of gaps, but Chorley just trying to keep the shape. You see, look at that nice little pass and goal from Jaden Heskey, but no, Brindle sweeps up and as well. Craig Hewitt isolated. He's got 2-3 City players around him, forced to go back, and that's what City will do to you. The two trialists trying to combine up front. It's a good move, good idea, but
I mean, you can see the urgency from City whenever they lose the ball. 3 or 4 players crowding around the player on the ball.
like you say, you think that the main threat for Chorley will be Craig Hewitt down that wing. Referee Matthew McQuillan decides to give the free kick there in Chorley's favour, and I think you'll agree with me, Ewan. You don't see many free kicks in pre-season, but the referee's not being whistle shy just yet. But certainly haven't. I don't think we've yet to see maybe more than one card in all of pre-season. No red cards. You know, a lot of talk of you can get away with any challenge you wish in pre-season. Not always the case. And Chorley have scored out of nothing, and Harvey Smith has scored.
Header at the back post.
Spike Brits has missed it.
Right, keeper's been caught in no man's land there for City. Spike Brits. He's come to claim it, and the ball's gone over his head. And then it's an empty net. Against them on the play, you have to say, Chorley have got a 1-0 lead.
Just like that, after all that dominance that we spoke about, Chorley were in front, and I guess that's what it just shows you. Just one chance Chorley needed.
Exactly.
It did, it has to be said, it did come from a goalkeeping error, but as we said, Andy Priest's side won't care one jot when you just walk into an error like that.
But it's all about the ball, really. You put a ball into a dangerous position.
It was a great ball over from Blakeman, a diagonal ball, and then just has to be just put down for me. It's a great ball, a great header, but the goalkeeper, what is he doing?
Stoppage in play here quickly as the ball's just bounced off the referee.
Sam Bird on the ball now under a lot of pressure, goes back to Blakeman. And the referee just stopped the play there. I don't know if it was for a foul, but it looked very soft. I think he's asking for him to retake it.
Yeah, I'm not sure anyone's really got a clue what's going on there.
Blakeman now just is it towards Hewitt. Ball taken away from him, and Blakeman just takes out his man number 2. And Henderson Hall. I think you can argue if that was a league game, it's definitely a yellow card.
May be a bit more lenient.
A yellow card. The trialist again puts his foot in to try and get away from
Done
Dan
very
Maskell.
well,
Outnumbered by Chorley, and then the referee, excuse me, the referee decides to give a free kick against Chorley, and
soft free kick. But
Heskey then giving the ball away. It's not Brendel, but then it actually that ended up being a City throw, which I think has thrown a few people off.
good pressure though from Chorley. Not allowing City to be too comfortable in possession.
Comes in towards the box. Smith, the goal scorer, has the ball. Brindle up against that there, and Heskey now looking to break for City. Plays it in towards the middle of the park. Heskey now interchanging with the 7 in Ashton Muir. Plays inside to the box. Left hand side, good shimmy. Left hand side now. All but for City. Number 11 has it. Edge of the D. Back to Dada Maskell. Andy Priest says no shot and gives the ball away to Craig Hewitt. And this is where you expect Craig Hewitt to try and do a little bit. And great defending, though, has to be said, from Henderson Hall to get that back. And I guess on some days you'd expect, obviously, I really want to see Craig last season, but I think last season when he was at his fittest, he'd have gone past him there and with relative ease. But there you can just maybe see, Craig is just not quite 100% yet.
He'll love the battle though.
Ball played across. It's a great one. Ashton Muir on it. Great first touchdown. Crosses deep in towards the box. Chested by Jack Moore into the hands of Irwin.
Good composure there by Moore.
Ashton Muir, 1v1 with Sam Bird, plays it towards the edge of the box. One back, Noel Brindle, the man looking to work for Chorley. Dewhurst has it into Heskey. Heskey, Maskell. Chorley looking to try and keep that shape. A great ball over to Henderson Hall. Crosses with his right. It's flicked on. It's into the edge of the box. It's off the crossbar. It's off the crossbar. Still alive. Heskey there at the edge. And Chorley survive.
Two bodies all over the place there from Chorley. Really should be prevented from going into the net. I think the shot was deflected onto the bar.
Yeah, I think he was deflected into it, but again, it's just that, just showing that intent in terms of just trying to really push for it and then hits the crossbar. Unlucky, really. I think the way that the move was built up was particularly impressive, to be fair. Defended by Moore and Tom Walker out on that right hand side. Give it a bit of time there. The trialist trying to keep hold of the ball. It's a bit of a high foot, and the trialist, away, great defending from Dada Maskell, gets the ball into Muir on this right hand side. Back inside. And this is again where City just try and be patient, just try and keep the ball.
Chorley just got to keep that shape.
See Andy Priest underneath. Ewan, he's just happy with his team, I think, at the moment. And so there's obviously one being in front, but also the way that they're restricting City to as much as they can. Brits there again. Look at you see your head turn to the right, but you very nearly missed Brits missing the ball. He's already made one mistake in goal. He very nearly just turned his ankle on the ball and give the ball away. So what to keep an eye on again is Spy Brits.
You've got to be thinking as a young goalkeeper, maybe Chorley should be having a chance. Pop a few shots
from Edison, a great ball into the goal. Shot goes flying from the left-hand side. I think it was Emilio Lawrence, and he just cuts inside and just tries to swing one. It was Lawrence who just tried to swing the ball in towards the far corner, and Ewan, I think, had it covered, but the way that he just whipped it with the venom, and you thought, oof, could be some trouble here.
Slip back on Spike Brits as a young goalkeeper. That mistake may already be in his mind, and obviously almost being dispossessed there.
You hope that they learn from the mistakes. I mean, I remember the first time we played City here, there was a defender, Tony Galvez, on just about where Chris Anderson is there, and he scored an own goal from there, and it was unbelievable the way that he lofted it over the keeper's head at the time, and it was the fault of the defender rather than the keeper on that day. But, you know, mistakes do happen, and I guess some of that is with the inexperience and the way that I kind of guess they have to play, but risk-reward. Blakeman just cuts that one off. Ball back then to Smith. Good touchdown from Lincoln Bet. Henderson Hall, for me, being the one really who's had probably the most of it so far in terms of having the ball to feet, being the biggest outlet for me down that right-hand channel. And here he is again, you know, compared to the left-hand side in Seb Naylor, we've barely seen him touch the ball, have we? And Henderson Hall's just been the one, the out ball every time if it's on. And this time he pings it left to Lawrence. It's a great first touch there, it has to be said. Just to beat his man, crosses it low towards Warhurst. Chorley living dangerously here. The trialist on the ball from up front to back, and Jack Moore just forced into pinging it long.
What you can't say is that the centre-backs of the City seem comfortable with everything, be it in the air, on the wall, on the floor.
Look at it and you think, how many passes have these City defenders made already in comparison to the Chorley ones? Hewitt, this is an opportunity again to try and take Henderson Hall. This time he's beaten him. Done really well. Craig Hewitt still going and wins Chorley a corner.
Great play there by Craig Hewitt. First time he's really managed to get past Henderson Hall.
Corner will come in. It'll be Adam Blakeman. We know how dangerous he can be from corners. And it comes. It's up. It's touchdown from the number 4. He looks at the cross. It's off the head. And shouts for handball. Waved away. And now Dewhurst and Muir. Down the line it goes again. It's great defending again from Henderson Hall.
What I will say is that it's not convincing again from Spike Brits, really.
No, you're absolutely right, Ewan. I think we talked about him earlier in the game, and you're not one to write a goalkeeper off by any means. I'm sure there's definitely a player in there, but he's made a few, what we would describe as probably best as a clanger already in the first 20-25 minutes. Chance for Heskey. Rounds the goalkeeper, still going, and very nearly the equaliser for City. They're knocking on the door. Really good, intricate footwork from Heskey.
I think he tried doing a bit too much there in the end.
Yeah, just.
Sandberg got back on the cover very well.
Muir has a chance here to have a go, and right hand side digs out the cross.
Oh,
City have scored.
this Matty
One
Walrus
apiece.
for City.
And I think has to be said, Ewan, probably was coming.
Yeah, they've had a few chances, haven't they, coming up. Heskey about just literally a minute. And then you had McCaster there, managed to get through on the right side. Dinked it
Matty
in.
Warhurst.
Nothing Matt Owen could do in goal with that. I think Matty Walrus there having a word with the referee.
Right on side, maybe give City a bit of encouragement again. Muir looked quite bright for the goal, has it here again.
It's a lot of the City pressure focused on the right hand side.
Yeah, so a little bit of a recap on proceedings at the moment. It's Chorley 1, Manchester City 1. Harvey Smith got the opening goal for the Magpies before Matty Warhurst grabbed the leveller for City, who, has to be said, have been on top.
Chance here for Chorley just to have a bit of a respite.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, don't you? Is it a case of one brings two for City? How much longer can Chorley withstand it? You look in terms of personnel on the bench, surely don't have many players that you would describe as first teamers, behind the likes of Milan Larkovic and Joe Nolan. There's not much else in terms of out and out first team players. Lots of youth players involved. The likes of Sonny Reeves is there, and Harrison Kay and Ben Layton and players like that. Gio Lazaro.
City always looking for a runner down the right side. Jaden Heskey that time. But the ball from Ashton Muir was just over here and it goes out for another goal kick shot. Charlie won a corner in. Trilist number 9.
Yeah,
Few
that
step
back Blakeman in
overs.
swinger. That area where
It has to be said, Charlie's best moments so far have come from set pieces.
Ball into the back post, and Brits this time he's dropped it again, and it's just that area viewing. He just doesn't look right, does he? Just hasn't it?
Nah.
No air of confidence about Harvey Smith this time with a little bit of a intricate spin, looking to
Thinking now maybe the
things happen
Chorley
from
players can
centre
get
half,
into a
and now
decent
Hewitt,
spot.
the
Just have
danger
a
for
few
Chorley, I
pop
guess you could
shots at
call it.
goal.
Jaden Heskey, half-hearted clearance, and surely you've got the ball again. Not for long though, Dada Maskell. Left-hand side for Lawrence. Great ball over the top, wide right to Muir. If he can keep it in, he can. It's just touched down, and I say that commentator's courtesy slips, and the ball's out for a goal kick. So
Even Blakeman may have been caught one or two times and now by a diagonal ball.
you just want a little bit of. Again, I mean, it must be so hard for the two players up front, Ewan, to be working together. They've never met before. They've never played together before. They're playing with a team that they've never played with before. And I always thought, like, for players that are on trial, it must be the hardest position to play in to really try and impress you. The strikers are what you pay the big money for, aren't they? At any level of football. So to play together on a night like tonight against a City team who obviously looking to keep the ball so well, it's really tricky. And Smith under pressure from.
Yeah, especially in a game like tonight when you go into it not really expecting to have many opportunities. Your main sort of contributions to the team is going to be the
Yeah,
high running and pressing.
exactly. They're kind of playing off scraps. There's a struggle really to kind of get in and amongst it and to have a good spell, if you like, of play. But for now, it's still a goal apiece, and I think he can be pretty satisfied with what he's seen so far. Well, Brits, let's see what he comes up with this time. He plays it straight back to Henderson Hall on the right-hand side. Good calm pass to Heskey, and plays down the left-hand side from Luke and Bet. Bit of pressure on here. Again, City looking to come forward. Surely shape pretty robust. They're trying to just go away and force City back. I suppose they kind of are doing that a little bit here. Henderson Hall goes for the ball over the top towards Muir. Headed away by Bird. Foul by Heskey. Pressure on here again on Smith. He goes back to Irwin. Muir's further forward with Warhurst. Bird under pressure from Muir, looking to keep the ball. Does well eventually to keep the ball. Blakeman forced to go with his right. Good header up. Riley's trying to battle away to keep the ball for City, but
Number 9, Trialist, is putting a very good shift. So
yeah, Matty Warhurst trying to maybe replicate a little bit of what Will Wright was doing for Liverpool last night. Some debut for him, coming on for Florian Wirtz, having signed for Liverpool on the same day. Not quite the same as Anfield here tonight for Warhurst, but certainly looks a big threat for them. Ball sprayed over again. It's such a lovely ball across to Lawrence, and so just handled by Matthew McQuillan, and it looks a little bit frustrated. That was such a we were right behind that. He just pinged it all the way across.
yeah, they love the diagonals, this City team.
It's a great ball, and Irwin
I've said it so much, but it's just so important for Chorley tonight just to keep that shape
It's like
in
they
defence.
just put the squeeze on. You don't really see the head there. When again straight away, City straight back on it, and now there's a chance here if they can get it right on the counter. Plays it a great ball towards Lawrence, but Jack Moore's equal to it, and he decides to go for a diagonal ball over the top, headed away by Henderson Hall, only as far as the trialist who plays in towards the other trialist on the left-hand side of the box. Hewitt's there with an option if he can open his body. Opens it, he does, has a go for goal. And virtually from a Chorley point of view, ends up to the
That's what Chorley need to
stands.
do a bit more. Try and force the issue from the City back. Craig Hewitt's done
Hewitt
very
again
well
looking
there.
lively for Chorley. Wins the ball up back and he's doubled up on. Oh, great win there from Muir. Gets the ball for them. This time there's a City player down. He was just caught there in the 50-50 with Sam Bird.
It's one of those ones where you knew someone was going to come off
Bobby
worse.
Smith just being told to lay off. Telling the City player to get up onto his feet, but gets to his feet now, Divine Mukasa. You know how he's like, though, he's a brute. He's trying to get into the heads of the players. Oh, and the chase on if he can get there. No, he can't. Just get to that period now where we've got 7 or 8 minutes before half time here, Ewan, and you just think surely be happy just to go in at the break. Obviously, expect Andy Priest to make probably a couple of changes, if not a few more, at the break, depending on what his plans are. And City, as we can see, they've got 6 players on the bench. I think they're all outfield players, so you imagine we'll see some of those at some stage. The likes of Regan Heskey, the other son of Emil Heskey, who's among the City ranks.
I think Chorley are probably
Interesting
having
over the
their
duo.
biggest spell with the ball.
Another one is the Chorley trialist. Aggrieved there. City have the throw. Again, though, it's just City susceptible, I guess, at areas to giving the ball away. And here, Matthew Ewan in goal, calling for home, was Bird under pressure. Does well there, though. Play out to the right to Moore. He picks out the diag towards Tom Walker. Good touchdown from Dada Maskell, who's under pressure. Somehow kept hold of that ball really
He's
nicely, and
done
he's
very
still
well
going
there.
here. Look at that. He just plays the ball right the way across his box
No.
confidently, and has to be said, really nice play there from the number 6. Oh, Brindle there. Penalised for a cheap free kick given away, a little bit of a sloppy foul, and City wasting no time. Muir heads it into Heskey. Driving forward, Mukasa goes for goal. It's strong effort. Dipping, not dipping quite enough, and it's over the top.
Well hit strike, that.
Ball over the left-hand side to Lawrence, and too much on that. Matt Ewan showing off some of his skills, saying, come on, Spike, what have you got? Good header from Mbet, gives the ball away though in the middle of midfield, and Jack Moore in the middle of midfield here as the ball is still stayed there, and Hewitt tries to play infield but gives it away, and City trying to break once more. Interesting to see Warhurst so far back there, Ewan, and now you could just see him coming across there and towards his more familiar position as City actually give the ball away.
Yeah, they're all so composed wherever they get the ball on the pitch.
Hewitt does well here to keep the ball, gives it away though after all that, and Heskey now, smart move from him. Keep the ball at his feet, goes back towards the halfway line. And Bet does well, keeping the ball away from the trialist, and now Henderson Hall again on this right-hand side. Now Muir has it. Maskell. That's Muir, and City just trying to be patient here. 43 minutes gone here. Again, though, just trying to be patient, trying to turn the screw as they work it patiently. Now Henderson Hall has it. His touch is a little bit loose, but tries to play the killer ball. He does just that towards Warhurst, and it's not far away.
Space there, Warriors. I think he thought that the defenders were a bit tighter to him than they actually were. But as we said before, Henderson Hall with a lots of the ball. He's really been the one who's brought City on the pitch most of the times.
And probably for me, Maskell in the middle of midfield have been the two that have probably kept things ticking over the best of anyone for City in this first 44 minutes. I think Chorley can probably count themselves lucky to be at level pegging at the moment. But, you can only work with what's put in front of you. Maybe slightly fortuitous with the goal that Smith scored with a mistake of Brits in goal, but certainly not something Chorley can be discredited for. Henderson Hall plays it into the right channel for Mikasa, who's got Hewitt for company. This is the ball out to the left-hand side, probably the last minute here of first 45. Can City get one more chance at goal to test the palm of Matt Irwin in goal? Remains to be seen, clock's ticking. Walker gets the ball down. One's a little 1-2 with the try. Now Hewitt's in a pocket of space, 1v1 with Craig Hewitt. Crosses across the box. It's a good touch. It's a challenge comes in, and at one stage there I thought it might be a penalty, but won the ball cleanly, and that'll do it for the opening 45. It's Chorley 1. Thanks to a Harvey Smith header on 12 minutes. Manchester City 11-1. Matty Warhurst with the equaliser for the Citizens.